Hey guys, welcome to this planche deep dive. The aim of this video is to go through what a planche is, how to progress your planche, and what the technique is specifically that we're looking for when we train this elusive position. Let's start with defining what a planche is. It's defined as your shoulders and your hips being level with each other on the horizontal plane. That's it. But there is nuance to that. There is technique that will help you achieve that more effectively. So let's break down the technique and have a look at what we want to do. So before we even start planching, we need to decide, are we going to do hands flat on the ground or are we going to use P-bars? What to take into account when you use your hands is they're flat, you have your hands slightly turned out. Now, if you go completely fingers facing forwards, you're just going to be putting a lot of stress on the wrist. If you go too far turned out with the hands, you're involving your biceps more than what they need to. Now, this is a legit position for planche, supinating, but it's a disadvantaged position for a strength skill that's already disadvantaged, and it's more a flex of how strong you are with your straight arm strength. You would ideally want to have your hands facing forwards to use the strength of your shoulders to hold you up. That being said, I like to use the P-bars. My P-bar setup, they're going to be the same way I described the hands. They're going to be slightly turned out so that I can involve my biceps, but not so turned out that the strength of my biceps and the biceps tendon is the determining factor for this skill. You might find that some adjustments of turning more out or turning them more in is necessary to work around certain tweaks or pains. I had some bicep tightness, I would call it, when I was turning out, and I found that I was able to continue training planche by turning slightly more just neutral with the bars. So don't think that once you've found your position that you have to stick to it. If you're finding certain issues, you might be able to work around it, whether it's for a week or for a block of programming, modifying your position, and you can see how that works. So now that we've chosen our setup, whether it's hands flat or P-bars, let's get specific with the technique. First thing we want to think about is shoulder width. Whether it's hands or P-bars, you want to go about shoulder width apart with the hands. Too wide is going to make it too difficult. Too narrow is going to make it too difficult. There's a gray area in between around about shoulder width where you'll find you'll feel the strongest. Now, over my time training planche, I found shoulder width worked well, but going slightly outside of that worked better. That's not to say it's going to work for you. You might find something a little bit different to that, but generally around shoulder width is where you start, and trial and error will tell you where to go. My setup is a forearm with the fingers outstretched and then 4 fingers to the other P-bar. With that width there, that's my perfect setup. Play around with your setup, but your base is shoulder width and you work from there. This next point on the shoulder is going to be one of, if not the most important factor for a planche technique. So looking at our shoulder, thinking of the scapula and how it moves, our shoulder can move up and down. It can move forwards and backwards. Now for planche, we want to focus on pushing the shoulders down. We'll call that depression. That's pushing away from your ears. And what you should feel when you do that is some engagement in your lats. Now that I've got it locked in for myself, depression really does just feel like lat contraction. So depression is what you do to set the shoulders and to contract your lats. I want to call it a common misconception, but this is because this is something I did for a long time. But maybe that's slightly the wrong word, is planche is all about protraction, pushing your shoulders forward. And I think we want to move away from that and look more towards, if I am passive in this horizontal position and I just allow my shoulders to relax, I'm going to go into retraction. My shoulders go back behind me. So the protraction is not so much to influence exaggerating, pushing your shoulders forward, but it's just to deny your shoulders getting lost behind you. So main focus is I depress my shoulders and then I have the intent to push down against the floor, but I don't need to exaggerate that push forward with the shoulders. So let's just recap. My setup is shoulder depression with the intent to protract. And that's my shoulders locked in. The last tip I would give you for this one is if you struggle to feel the lats when you're doing that shoulder depression, is think of slight external rotation in your humerus in the upper arm, and that can really help with that engagement. Our next one is what is the core doing, or what's the torso doing? So it might seem obvious that you're going to be tense in your core, but we want to make that an obvious intention. And what we're going to do is think of crunching the abs. So the easiest way I can explain this is just picture the exercise, the crunch, down on my back and crunching up. These ones. So when I'm up, my abs are in full contraction, and this position is what I want to seek when I'm in my planche. So let's just differentiate that from me being up here, like nice and tall, and I can tense my abs here, but they aren't contracted. So that's the difference. The abs want to feel that they're as contracted as they can be, and that's my setup for the core in my planche. So here, I crunch my abs in, and we'll just do a cheeky tuck planche. This is my position here. Abs are not only tensed, but also crunched. Because this video is covering mainly our tuck and progressing to our advanced tuck, and there is so much value to be gained in those positions, we need to talk about the technique of pulling our heels to our butt. Now, obviously, this position is not going to be relevant when we move to straddle and to our full planche, but because so much strength and understanding of planche can be gained within the tuck positions, we need to understand the importance and how to do this position. So, as much as I have to contract the abs, like we already spoke about, I need to contract the hamstrings as much as I can. And these two things are going to remain constants within our tuck and advanced tuck, and the progression only being the knees moving away. So we're going to get into that a little bit deeper. Let's just look at this. My heel pulls up to my butt. There's tension now in my hamstring. Depending on someone's mobility, they're going to be able to pull the heel closer, or they're not going to be able to pull it as close. That doesn't matter. All that matters is that for the individual, you're pulling your heel towards your butt as much as you can, so you feel complete hamstring engagement. Let's have a look at that in tuck. Heels up. That's my position. If my position was there, that's as far as I could pull it. That's still okay. We just don't want to have a position where we're lax. Any degree of, for use of a better word, looseness in that position is not going to serve you. And you could also see how that heels to butt tightened up my position. That's going to benefit us as we start with our planche and serve us well as we progress.